Strong versus weak. Weakness is vile. It is the end of the spectrum from which springs every social defect. Weakness of the body ultimately leads to weakness of mind, leads to weakness of character, resolve, morality, restraint, etc., etc. To be weak is to be vile. It is to be less and inferior to the strong. Strength in all things is better than weakness. It is superior even, and especially in morality. For it is the strong who defend the weak even at the cost of their own lives, while the weak passively and quietly accept this, even without reverence or remorse. How can such a mode of being be considered anything but inferior? Not worthless. This is not to say the weak have absolutely no value. This discussion is rather about the core personalities of mankind and the position on the scales of character, moral, and ethical scales. Weakness produces a greater degree of violence, immorality, jealousy, and similar negative traits. But we will explore these ideas in turn. Obviously, there are many who for various reasons cannot become strong, be it a precondition, illness, injury, or some other ailment that is not one's fault. There may be a reason if someone cannot become strong. There is still much good that can be done in other vital roles in society, and it is understandable. But that is not the point we are approaching. What I am seeking to convey is that to be able to become strong and not do so is truly vile. We have freedom. We have our choices. What was the cost of those choices? The lives of the strong. How quickly they forget everything they have, the very ground they stand on was paid for with this cost. By forgetting this, you live a life of dishonor and ingratitude. But we have more reasons for this. The intentional stance. If you utilize your brains but once in your life, I would refer you to a very important piece of work by Dr. Daniel C. Dennett, that being the intentional stance. As a brief summary, it is the way we use our posture to suggest, dissuade, or mislead, i.e. puffing yourself up to inspire fear so that an opponent backs down from fighting. I am going to expand this idea to an international stage. In the world we live in, whether we like it or not, there will always be conflicts and enemies. Reality is not linear. Reality is cyclical. It is a pendulum that is always swinging. In order to maintain a foothold in reality and not be destroyed, we have to accept this truth. For only as long as one is aware and alert, stepping in time with the pendulum, as not to be knocked asunder by its swing, can continuity and therefore existence be maintained. So, again, by considering via the intentional stance and the external, be it nation, ideology, planet, etc., we return to our original point. To be able to become strong and not do so is vile, in spite of our freedom of choice. After all, a strong nation with a strong intentional stance can prevent most conflict, which allows for the conditions where freedom can bloom in the first place.
Bye.